Here to talk about one of my favorite hobbies, my Battlejacket. I started working on this about a year ago. There's going to be a bunch of cuts to like close-ups on the patches and stuff. This is all hand sewn by me. Some of it is ironed on, but even most of them that I ironed on, I ended up stitching over because I really don't want them to come loose. This has been kind of a passion project of mine for like a year. I kind of started at the beginning of the pandemic, the quarantine, and just kind of continued it throughout the whole time, ordering patches online on sale and directly from bands and stuff. And it's just been a huge labor of love for me. I learned how to sew doing this, and you can really see how some of the patches are on crooked and are all terrible, and then later on some of the patches get really neat. And it's to the point where by the time I finished, I kind of wanted to tear off the first patches and redo them, but I left them because it's kind of part of the character of the jacket. I ordered the studs myself, ordered the spikes myself, put them all on. I love it. And see, battle jackets are great because I kind of have this philosophy when it comes to meeting new people that the best way to meet people and immediately know you have something in common is to kind of wear your interest on your sleeves. In this case, literally. So I've made friends because I wear pins on my hat and on my backpack at school and stuff, and immediately they see that and they go, I can talk to you about this thing. Or, oh, you're interested in fighting games, or oh, you like horror movies, and instantly we have something we can talk about right off the bat. And it's been really helpful. It's kind of like going to a con. You know, when you go to a convention, it's like, this is Comic-Con. I can probably walk up to just about anybody and talk about this topic and be able to carry a conversation. You have this giant communal thing in common. And in this case, it's metal and rock and a little bit of blues and horror movies. And I don't know, I've yet to really wear it out a whole lot. But it's just been so much fun to make. And it's kind of a bummer that I'm pretty much done. I'm out of room. I decided to add 2 custom pockets to my jacket. I eventually cut off the sleeves. Originally I left the sleeves on, but it was just so hard to move once you had the patches. Yeah, I don't know where to go from there. I don't know, do I start another jacket? Or what? It's quite expensive to make. Each of these patches costs like $3 to $5. Some of them, like the Mystery Science Theater and the Dream Police patch, cost like $10. So that adds up when you got like 30 or 40 patches on your jacket. I don't know, maybe I'll do more themed jacket. This is just kind of like all my interests on one. But it's kind of important, you know? It's a rite of passage as a metalhead or anyone who's into that kind of community, because it's just something you got to do as part of it. And once you're done and you're looking at it, there's this process when you're making something where you step back and you're like, that's starting to look like the thing, right? When you're making like a table, and at first it's just some wood, but there comes a point where you step back and you're like, it's starting to look like a table. I can see it. And there's that moment with the battle jacket too where you're like, this is starting to look like how I want it to look like a little bit, how I pictured it. And it's such a good feeling. And with my wrist the way that it is, I still don't know when that's going to get better. There's not a lot of hobbies I can still do. I can't box, obviously. I can't play guitar. I can't do many of the things that interest me. Building models is hard without being able to intricately use my wrist. But I sew with my left hand, so all I have to do is hold the fabric down with my right. So I can still sew. So I kind of got really deep back into this hobby in the past couple of weeks. Yeah, that's my battle jacket. See ya.